What's up, YouTube? A couple of you guys have been asking for this video for a while. This is an update version. So this is a Milwaukee mid-torque 1/2 inch, and I changed the anvil on this from pin detent to a friction ring. This is going to be a disassembly. I'm going to try to do it as quick as possible and as painless as possible. So let's get to it. First, take the battery out. Leave that somewhere else. I would prefer to put this on the side, on the ground maybe. So the first thing I want to do is take all of these little screws out. Alright, and you're going to need a T10, a Torx T10. The only way they would probably warranty this tool is if you change the anvil back to your pin detent, just in case. Now, I'll show you guys the screws. This big screw is going to go right here. I'm going to put it off to the side. This one is kind of hard to take out. It's kind of like threaded in there. So you have to unthread it. Alright, so check it out. These two screws right here, pretty much the same. These two big screws are going to go down here. Just in case you guys were wondering, you took yours apart and like, hey, where do those big screws go? Well, now you know. So, right here, regular size screw. Inside that hole, I'm going to put it right here. This other screw it fell. They're all the same. This one and this one are the same. Let's go to this one real quick. If you notice that, this one's a lot smaller. So now you know, two smaller ones go right here. This longer one, it's going to go right here. Okay. Put that right there. So these at the top are somewhat difficult to take out, especially the camera angle that I have it at. I can't really show you guys too much. These are the same. Okay, so the one that goes back here is this one, and then they're all the same. So I don't know if you guys noticed in my other video, but my other video, this was a lot faster. This this is just a very long process on this video because I'm trying to be as detailed as possible. These are both the same. I'm going to just leave them off to the side right here. So that one is going to be kind of difficult to get out. These two right here. Oh, I forgot to loosen this one out. Let me just do it real quick. Alright. Alright, so let's take the top bolt. There we go. This top bolt, same size as the rest of them. Top bolt. Put it right there. So I wasn't able to take off this one, but I'm more than likely sure that it's one of these same bolts or these screws. So I'm just gonna skip this one, take it off later. But for now, I'm gonna take off these in the front, and these are T25. See right there. These are Torx T25. I don't know if the camera's focusing or not, but T25. Video. So take them off. These are all the same size. Alright, can't mix that up for sure. So that's what it's gonna look like. Move these out of the way. Alright, once you have it like this, make sure that the Milwaukee sign is on this side, and just when you're opening this, make sure you hold this down and then pry on it. Make sure you open it like this, like grab it, pull when you're opening the clamshell. Alright, just try to be careful. You don't want to break your tool. As you can see, it's already spreading, so just be careful. So once you get it this far, remember I told you to grab this part. Make sure to grab that part and lift it. Alright, there's that screw that I couldn't remove, so I'm going to take it off right now. See, it's the same size. I'll just put that right there. It doesn't really matter at this point. So there's the clamshell. Just thought I'd share that. So put this off to the side. This is what everybody wants to see, right? So I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Okay. Alright. So I'm going to show you guys how to remove this. So the first thing you're going to want to do is take this little pin out. You see it? You guys see that little pin? So you just grab it with your hands, wiggle it out, take that pin out. You guys saw it? Alright, just take that pin out real quick. Just put it off to the side, anywhere. Okay. The next step would be to take this whole assembly right here, just lift it. Try to be gentle about it. It's been this tool has been used a lot, so just real quick like that. Alright, so you guys see it wiggling? You guys can take this motor. You guys could take this motor out like that. Okay. See that? Just pull it right off. Leave that on there. So once getting this, let me zoom out a little bit. Okay. Once you have this like that, okay, just gently pull it off. There's like a little, not an O-ring, but like looks kind of like a washer or something in there. It's okay, just leave it in there, it's fine. This piece right here, just put it over here on this side. Make sure it goes face down and not facing up. It went like this, so it's got to go in there like that. Alright, put it in there like that. Now this is what everybody wants to see, the anvil. Okay, just wiggle it off. Okay, inside right here there is a ball, and that little ball sits right here, and when this thing it moves, lifts up right here, then it smacks it, that little ball keeps it spinning, right? So that's what it's going to look like. Pretty easy, pretty simple. Okay, it's got a little rubber seal right here. Make sure you guys don't pinch it when you put it back. Make sure you grease that up. Make sure you grease up all of this right here when you put the new anvil. Pop the anvil back on. Make sure you use some good grease, maybe some good impact grease in here. As you can see, mine is kind of dry. It needs some lube, but right now I don't have any, so I'm going to put this back together. This is just for showing you guys how to remove it, how to put it on. Simple. As soon as you get the anvil on, just slap it on, put some grease, make sure the ball's in there. If you put grease in there, the ball won't come off. You guys probably can't see that, but the ball is in there. It's inside. No, you guys can't get that, the angle, but you see that shiny little spot inside? That right there is a little ball. Alright, as you can see, it's been riding on that. Alright, so alright guys, I'm back. Check it out. There's a gear right here. There's another gear right here. Alright, make sure you put that back. And also make sure you kind of spin it, make sure everything is in its place. Because if something is off, you won't be able to put this back on. Okay? So I would suggest you guys spin this a little bit. Make sure everything's all good. You see? Make sure everything's working fine, and you know, just make sure everything's good. So just grab it, move it, and if it seems solid, then more than likely it's in the right spot. So right now, I'm about to show you if I did it right. If I did it right, then this little O-ring is going to go inside. If you do it wrong, then that O-ring is not going to want to go in. So make sure that you put it in right and everything's fine in there. So just to teach you guys, I'm going to take it apart again and I'm going to redo it. Alright? Okay, so this part is out. I don't want to get grease all over the table, so I'm just going to put it like that. Take it off. Whatever. So make sure this little nylon washer, make sure that nylon washer is flush. Okay? Then put the anvil inside. Anvil's inside. Okay? So this piece, put it down. Remember, you have the ball in there, so it's all good. So just spin it. Spin it. As you can see, the anvil's spinning as well. So it's sitting in its natural place, natural state, okay? So, alright, let me just put this back like that. Right here you're going to see some gears inside. I don't know if the camera catches those gears, but if you could see down in there and you spin it and the gears are moving, that means that you got everything settled down and everything's perfect. So next thing you're going to do is grab it like this. And you see that O-ring right there? Once you press it down, it should snap back in just like that. Alright? So that's the trick to this. That's the trick to putting this anvil back on. If you mess this up, if you mess this part up, you mess everything else up. Okay, so make sure you guys get that right. So that's also why I'm making this video, to clear things up. Okay? So for right here, you see that little notch right there? Right there, that's where we remove this pin. Okay? So that pin goes right there. Alright. That pin goes right there. So as for the spring, honestly, I don't see a spring here. Do you guys see a spring there? Some guys said, hey, my spring came apart. And honestly, I really don't know about the spring. When I took this apart, I don't see a spring anywhere. Maybe my spring fell off. I don't know. I think the spring actually comes from this. So if your spring probably came off, it's probably this flung off. But honestly, I don't know anything about that spring. The only thing that I could think of is this spring right here. There is a spring right there. The camera won't be able to catch it. But right there, there's a spring. So what I would do is I would put the spring in, and I would take this off, and then just put it in there real quick. Alright, that's what I would do for that spring. That's the only spring that I know. So put it in there, then try to just slightly slide it in there. That's how I would replace that part. So back to this. Okay. So I don't know if you guys can see this little opening right here. You see these right here? So make sure you line those up right there. Make sure you line those up, because this is gonna grab right here. See? Let me turn it over. This is gonna line up to that. So make sure you have it like that. Alright? See it? Alright? So line this up with this. Once you get it done like that, that's good. That's perfect. So the next step is the motor. So putting this motor in, it's kind of difficult. I would try my best to zoom in so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. That way there's no mistake. Alright. So the first thing I want to do is I want to lift that motor. Lift that motor. Okay? See that? See how it went in? Zoom out a little bit. Take it out again. Just play with it a little bit. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Until it finally just settles in. So I don't know if you guys heard that little, like it just snapped into place. That's what you want. You want it to just snap right into place, okay? So make sure this bearing is actually sitting on that and everything's good. You can check it like that. Remember, this needs to be like this. And that's how you just put it on. And once you got it, put this little pin back in. Secure it. Alright. Then, I'm about to zoom out. Sorry about the dogs in the background. Sorry about the music also playing in the background. We have a neighbor that's having a party. So, make sure everything's all good, tight. Let me just check it, double check it real quick. Make sure everything is perfect. Okay. Seems like everything's good right here. So, put this back on. To put this back on, you just simply just slide it back on. Make sure you put that little tag inside. Make sure you watch out with this. Alright. Just look at everything real quick. Just make sure you're not pinching any wires and stuff. Okay. As you can see, everything closed. Everything's good. Everything's fine. Do not. Let me say this again. Do not put the battery back in at this point. That'll mess up your bearing. Trust me. I got too excited last time and I did the same thing, and my bearing, you could just hear that bearing just squealing. It's not a good thing. So do not put the battery in without fastening everything. Okay? Alright, I said I was going to do this off camera, but remember, these big screws, they go right here. Okay? Might as well show you guys the whole thing all the way. So if you guys have any questions, comments, or maybe tell me something, maybe I did something wrong, just let me know. Like I honestly I listen to you guys, and sometimes I read the comments, and you guys sometimes, you know, talk a lot of smack, but I mean, I don't see you guys doing any videos like this. So I mean, you know, come on now. Flashlight's about to die. And I have to just do it in low light right here. Okay, and when you're fastening these, don't put too much torque on them. Alright, I'm back. I'm gonna finish it off real quick. As you remember, these little ones, these are all the same size, so they go right here. Okay. These all go right there. This one goes right there. These two go right here. Alright. Remember, this one was a longer one. The longer one goes right here. And all of these are T10s. Alright. These are the most important ones. Snug these up. Make sure you get them, because if you don't and you put the battery in, you're going to spin that bearing and it's going to make a nasty sound. You're going to be like, oh, what's going on? Well, it's because you forgot to put these two bolts. So always remember to put these two bolts on. I know it kind of seems a little redundant, like, oh, why would I not put these two bolts on? But trust me, sometimes we're in a rush and we just forget little bolts here and there. So make sure you just snug these up. Right there. Snug. Snug. Done. 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 Got it. Done. Done. And done. Alright. So now you have these. Alright, got the bolt. So these are, remember, T25. Alright, these are T25s. So once all of these are done and snug, you know, final product, that's what it's going to look like. It's all set and done. Alright, take these out. Now it's time to grab the battery. Alright, it's time to see how we did. Alright, so the moment of truth. Okay, see the light turned on? Alright, so okay, that's first one, second, third, and that's pretty much how you guys do it. So if you guys have any trouble or you guys run into a certain problem, just message me down below, and you know, just let me know what you're stuck on, and I'll try to help you guys out. Other than that, it's pretty much straightforward, and I really think that this video is going to help you guys switch your guys' anvil from a pin detent to a friction ring, or for people that are trying to do the same thing and trying to go from a friction ring maybe to a pin detent. This is also how you do it without trying to buy a whole new tool. But for your guys' information, just once you do this, you void the warranty, so just be aware of that. So if anybody else has any other questions, suggestions, you know, comment down below. And I hope you guys really enjoyed my video, and I really hope that this video covers everything. My light just turned off, and thanks for watching.